Okay. So, hello, guys. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alexie. I host these funnel calls the first week of every month. So, whenever you have a new person, please get them on this call or send them this recording because one of the most important things that I can teach you as soon as you get started here is that you are eventually going to run out of your warm market and your hot market. And you're going to sit there and you're going to be like, wait a minute, what do I do now? I've talked to everyone I know and I've recruited all the people that I love and who want to do this. And like, now what do I do? Decline. And when you get to that point, I don't want you to get to that point. That's why as soon as you join, we get you on this funnels call so that you can start creating a funnel now so that you always have a warm market and you never have to worry about getting stuck and not having people to reach out to. So that is what this call is all about, is creating funnels and continuously pouring into those funnels so that you always have a group of people who are ready to be introduced to Q Sciences. If you were on the Atlanta event today, then you heard from Kristen Wyatt, and she is amazing and spoke so well about this. If you have a ticket, I highly recommend you go watching. But if not, I'm pretty much going to recap what she talked about, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So, what I want you to do when you get off of this call today, at this point, you should already have your list of 20 people that you know who you're reaching out to. All those 20 people who you could use the products, who could benefit from the business, et cetera, right? We have those people. Like I said, you're going to run out of those people. And I want you to make sure that you always have new people to reach out to. So that's what we're focusing on now. So when you get off this call, I want you to get on your Instagram and think about things that are important to your life. So for me, I'm always searching like crunchy moms because I'm a crunchy mom. I'm searching 3 under 3 because I had 3 under 3 and I have 3 crazy kids. I am searching dairy allergy, gluten intolerance, things that are relevant to my life that I talk about a lot. And so I know that I'm going to have in common with these people. And then I'm going to look at those accounts and I'm going to find accounts that I think that are relevant to me. So I'm going to look at those top accounts that come up and I'm going to say, ooh, there's a mom. She has 3 kids about the same age as me. I like her. I like her account. We have a lot of things in common. I do not want you going to the first 5 accounts you see and just using those, because the most important thing that we're doing here is we're creating relationships with people. Like that's what network marketing is. We're creating a new network. We are creating new warm leads, and we don't want to be gross and just reach out to people that we don't actually like. Right. So find people that have things in common with you that you can actually connect with on a real level. And then what I want you to do is, first of all, write their name down and write their Instagram handle down, because if you don't keep track of your funnel, you're not going to be able to have a successful funnel. It's so important that you're constantly keeping track of who you're adding to your funnel so that you can consistently go back and engage with their content. So that's the first thing I want you to do. Find hashtags that are relevant to you, and then find, I say, between 10 and 20 people. I like 20 because odds are 10 of those people aren't even going to respond to you. So I say start with 20 people. Find 20 people tonight as soon as we get off this call that resonate with you, that are doing similar things to you, that care about the same things as you, that live a very similar lifestyle to you. Write their names down, and that's going to be your very first funnel, right? And then what I want you to do is I want you to go watch all of their stories, because yes, engaging in content is a great way to be seen, but the way to get into their inbox is to look at their stories and find something that resonates with you and then reach out to them about it. Like I'm plant-based, and so I love following plant-based accounts. And guess what? Plant-based accounts post a lot of recipes. And I love messaging and being like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. Where's that recipe from? And then they send me the recipe, and then I can start asking them, oh, how long have you been vegan? Or like, wow, I haven't ever seen this account before. Like, where did you find it? Do you have any other accounts like this? And guess what? You guys start having this really mutual, non-Q related conversation. Sorry, where you don't even have to think about Q. It's not about Q. The whole point is that you're forming a new relationship, right? Goodness gracious. Sorry, my niece is texting me. But you're having this conversation that's not Q related, and you're able to understand who this person is, what their values are, what their life is about, and what you guys really have in common. And then for the next 5 days, I want you to go and do that repeatedly. So every day, I want you to pop in and have a conversation with them. If their daughter is sick, I want you to say, "Hey, I'm praying for your daughter. I hope she feels better." And then the next day, I want you to genuinely pray for her daughter that night. And then I want you to check in with her the next day and say, "Hey, how's your daughter feeling?" Because when we make people feel seen, and we let them know that like we care about you, they trust us. And that's the key here, is that we're forming, like, this is a real friendship. I have more Instagram friends than I have real life friends, and they're my real friends. And guess what? When I then drop the Q bomb and I'm like, "Hey, I have been thinking about you for like a week, but I've been too scared to ask you about this, but it's been on my heart. And we were talking about, this the other day, and it made me think about you. And so I just had to tell you about what I've been up to. And I would love for you to jump on this op call and listen to my friend Brittany talk about this. And I feel like it could change your life in the same way that it changed my life." And I've done that to so many people now. And guess what? I don't have people be like, "Ew, you're gross." I have people who are like, "Wow, thank you so much for thinking of me. Like, I really appreciate you thinking of me. I love to check it out." Or, "I'm actually really happy where I am, but like, thank you so much for thinking about me." And then guess what? We carry on with our normal conversations. But I know that if they are ever in a place where they're unhappy, they're going to come back and talk to me about it, right? Because I'm the one who planted the seed. I'm the one who created that relationship. And I'm the one who they are now watching to see where my business takes me. So, of course, I want you to be engaging in their stories and having these conversations on a daily basis and really getting to know these people. But of course, on the exact same time, I also want you to be liking and engaging on their content. That's kind of like secondhand, but you just want your name to be popping up repeatedly in their feed, so that they're thinking about you, and so that when you're messaging them, it's not weird. It's just, "Oh yeah, that girl." And then next thing you know, you guys actually really know each other. Um, so that's what I want you to do. 20 people. And like I said earlier, odds are 10 of those people, you're going to message them today, and you're going to message them tomorrow, and you're going to message them on Monday, and they're never going to respond to you. Guess what? Scratch those names out and replace them. Okay? Just replace them. And then as you get to a place where you're comfortable talking to these people about Q Sciences, and you're like, "You know what? I'm ready." And this is another thing that Kristen talked about today. Don't let your fear hold you back from talking about Q Sciences. Don't wait 3 months before you drop the Q Sciences ball. Okay. Like, you don't have to do that. Odds are they've been watching your stories. They know that you're doing Q Sciences. And so when you bring it up, it's not going to be that weird. Like, that's the name of the game. You just have to learn to gauge, like, is this fear that's holding me back from jumping in and asking this question? Or is it actually not the right time? Like, are we not close enough to go there? Like, if I ask her, is she going to be offended, or is she just going to be like, whatever? Because here's the other reality. We put a lot more pressure on ourselves and on this situation than other people do. I guarantee that even if you asked someone or cold message someone today, they're not going to leave and 2 days later be like, "I cannot believe Rachel messaged me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe she asked me that question." They don't care. Like, it's done, right? But we will sit there and be like, "I can't believe that she said no. Like, oh my gosh, I bet she hates me now." She doesn't. She really doesn't. I'm sure that most of us have gotten like either a random message from an old friend or whatever about a company, and we probably read it and either responded with interest or just kind of were like, "Not for me." But you didn't think about it again until right now when I'm saying, I bet you've gotten that message before, right? So there are probably going to be 10 people that don't respond to you. You're going to cross their names out. You're going to start right back over at the hashtags. You're going to find 10 more people to replace those people, and you're going to start it all over again. And then when you ask somebody about Q Sciences and they say, "Yes, I want to get on an op call," or "No, not right now," you're either going to remove them from your thing, or you're going to put them into your warm leads, and you're going to take them out of the list, put them somewhere else. And then in a month, when their situation has changed, you're going to reach out to them again. And you're going to say, "I know you said no a month ago, but I wanted to reach out again because we have this awesome promotion happening. And I thought of you immediately because you said that you didn't have the money, but this might be the perfect time. And I'd love to chat with you about why it's the perfect time." Or you might see on their stories that they quit their previous company, and you can say, "Hey, I saw that you're not with Thrive anymore, and I would love to share with you about Q Sciences again. Like, would you be interested in jumping on an opportunity call?" Like, this is what's happened to me in this business in the last month. And I know that it could change your life too. Like, let's talk about it. Because just because they say no today does not mean that it's a no forever. I can tell you so many girls on our team have told me no. And now they're on our team because they watched me and they continued to see my success. And eventually they were like, oh, okay, fine. I want to know. Like, I want to know more. Allie, see, Allie was one of those people. And so many people are like that. They will say no the first time, but I guarantee that seed's planted and they're going to watch you, which is why you have to be consistent. You have to show up. You have to stay in their lives. Unless they tell you literally to go away, there is no reason why you should not be an active participant in their life, because a no is not always a no. That doesn't mean bug them every day about Q sciences. It just means be a friend to them. Involve them in your life, involve them in your network, send them a sample of a product that they might love, and then drop it. You know, create an experience for them and then drop it. But over time, these no's often turns to yeses. So again, have that list of people who you've reached out to already and just have them on standby. Stay close with them, continue to talk to them, and then continuously fill that funnel full of brand new people that you can talk to and write them down, because you will forget. That's one mistake that I made in the beginning, was that I wasn't writing names down, and I'd be like, oh, I screenshotted like 50 accounts and now I have to go look at all my screenshots, because that's my personality. And if you're anything like me, like, please write these names down. And then the best thing about writing them down is, as you're having conversations with them, you can write down little things that they're saying. You know, if they're talking to you about how they hate their job and they don't want to go back to work because they have this baby, ding, 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 perfect time to talk about Q sciences. And you could come back the next day and be like, I could not stop thinking about you last night. Like, I don't want to intrude, but like, you shared with me that you didn't want to go back to work. And I had this opportunity that's changed my life, and it's changed my friend Alexie's life. And she was thinking about going back to work. And I really, really, he screenshot her. I really, really want you to meet her. And then you get her in a chat with me. And I talked to her about how I was desperate and was going to go back to work. But then I found Q sciences and I didn't have to. And her and I resonate. And you don't even have to do any work, but you have to be paying attention. You have to be asking questions. You have to know their life so that you can solve a problem for them. This is not about you finding an ambassador or you finding a customer. It's about you finding a way to impact other people's lives. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop the recording and then I will answer any questions that you guys have. Hold on, because I don't know how.